Forget about the old NBA rules. In the ever-evolving world of sports, change is constant, and the NBA has always stayed ahead of the times. The NBA and its players have just inked a new collective bargaining agreement with massive implications on the future. Unlike past CBAs, this agreement is more than just a truce. It's like a full-court press that will shake up the league from top to bottom. Last year, we had the removal of flopping. This year, another set of big changes is heading our way. Player honors, team spending, and even marijuana rules are all getting a makeover. We will be breaking down these game changers that will transform the NBA landscape. Stick around till the end, folks. You don't want to miss out on any scoop, especially chatter about an all-new in-season tournament. Grab your popcorn and let's settle in. Positions in basketball? Who needs them? The game has evolved into a more flexible and positionless style of play. Assigning players to specific positions feels outdated in today's NBA. It's all about athleticism, versatility, and skill. The rigid labels don't hold much relevance anymore, and that's why the changes in the CBA are so important. Good thing we will be having positionless voting from now on. When it's that time of the season, you don't have to bother about choosing this or that position. Just take your pick among the best of the best, fellas. And yes, you could theoretically have a team made up of just one position. Imagine an all-NBA team of only centers, or only point guards. Look at superstars like Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic, who each have controversially had to be on the second team recently, even though they have finished 1 and 2 in MVP voting over the last 3 years. They both deserved all NBA first team selection, and now that is possible. These changes are not just for the fun of it. All NBA honors and all-star voting have real impacts on players' contracts and legacies. Every player stands on level ground and can secure the bag by playing their best regardless of positions. To be fair, chances are already slim enough when you're directly competing against Jokic and Embiid every year. This tweak is a breath of fresh air and a step in the right direction, but there is a little catch. We already left positions behind, and now the NBA is doubling down on consistency and combating load management. Starting this season, players will need to hit a minimum of 65 games to be in the running for the MVP, All-NBA teams, and other major awards. Now you might wonder why the 65-game limit matters so much. Well, not only does it determine who gets those shiny trophies and recognition, but it also has a big impact on players' contracts. The NBA is making sure that players have shown their skills and commitment for a chunk of the regular season before they rake in those big bucks. All your favorite ballers need to do is show up and show out game after game. No shortcuts here. Players like KD, Kawhi, Curry, Anthony Davis gotta rack those games played numbers up to stand a chance. The NBA wants to make sure that those who are crowned MVP or earn all league honors truly deserve it. 65 games is a pretty good bar to separate the contenders from the pretenders. Next season, you gotta keep an eye on your faves and watch how they stack up against that 65-game mark. We are here to see ballers rise to the challenge. We've got some exciting news for all you underdogs out there. The NBA is cracking down on the big spenders. You know those teams that seem to have a never-ending budget for snatching up all the superstar players? Well, that's about to change. The league is leveling the playing field and putting some limits on the power of the highest spending teams. It's time to give everyone a fair shot at glory. Listen up here. Currently, the NBA salary cap is set to about $134 million, but that doesn't stop big spenders from getting into the luxury tax, which is set at about $152 million. What's crazy is that teams could exceed this and hit the first luxury tax apron, also known as the hard cap, typically at $7 million above the luxury tax. The league is implementing a second luxury tax apron, $17.5 million over the luxury tax line, that will have several consequences if teams hit it. The biggest consequence lie in team building, where these teams wouldn't be able to sign free agent players in the buyout market, make trades where the team takes on more money than is being sent out, and trade more than 3 first-round picks. Ouch! This is a big checkmate on the super teams. We'll see the highest spending franchise, like the Warriors and Clippers, have to face some tough decisions in the coming years. Making the league as competitive as possible has been a lifelong ambition, and this rule will bring us closer to a more heated competition. Here's why all this matters. If this rule was already in place even just last year, then the Suns would not have been able to get Kevin Durant. In the blockbuster trade, they took more money in than they sent out, and traded 4 future first-round picks, which now violates 2 CBA rules. Who knows where KD would have been if this rule was implemented just a year earlier. But don't worry, Suns fans, the rule doesn't affect KD, and he won't leave anytime soon, unless he wants to. It's all a game of numbers and rules. But hey, That's what makes the NBA off the court just as exciting as on it. Okay, this one's a bit of a game changer. Get this. The NBA is waving the green flag and allowing marijuana consumption without penalties. That's right, y'all. Ballers can have a puff pass whenever they feel like it and not worry about getting busted. Smoking marijuana both for medicinal purposes and relaxation is now allowed. The NBA is chilling all the way out. It has been like this for a minute now. The league temporarily suspended cannabis testing for the past few seasons, but now they're making it permanent and saying, go for that Mary Jane, we are not tripping. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver already said the league doesn't want to be the big brother anymore, monitoring players' weed habits. Instead, they'll focus on helping those who may have problematic dependency issues. Good vibes all around. LaMelo Ball must be ecstatic right now. KD has already taken the stride too. Since appearing high on David Letterman's show, My Guest Needs No Introduction, he has also partnered with Weed Maps to destigmatize marijuana and promote it for athletes.
So did you smoke today?
Yeah.
And you're just fine?
I'm actually high right now.
And now for the grand finale. An in-season tournament like no other. Yes sir, saving those tears and Dylan Brooks memes for the playoffs is no longer a thing. You don't have to wait till April anymore. The new NBA tournament is bringing those nail-biting matchups, jaw-dropping plays, and unforgettable moments in November to December. Alright. So here's a scoop on the new in-season tournament. The tournament structure and release year is still not finalized, but here's what we do know. The league will be divided into 6 pools of 5 teams apiece. On certain days during the first 6 weeks of the season, teams within the same conference will play 4 group games. That means they will play each team in their pool once, with 2 games coming at home and 2 coming on the road. The winning team from each of the 6 pools will advance to the single elimination stage, along with 2 wildcard teams. The semifinals and finals of the tournament will be held at a neutral site, which is rumored to be Vegas. The players on the winning tournament team would receive $500,000 each. This NBA schedule will now include only 80 games apiece for each team. The teams that do not advance to the single elimination stage will have 2 more games added to their schedule. The teams that reach the tournament finals will play 83 total games. This tournament may also have been designed with a future in mind, a future where the NBA expands to 32 teams. Commissioner Adam Silver has mentioned that expansion is likely to happen, with Seattle and Las Vegas being potential destinations. Of course, most of this is speculation for now, but we do know the tournament is coming, and players and coaches will be vying for a cash prize. So we'll have the regular season thrills, this new tournament, the All-Star Game, and still get the NBA playoffs. What a time to be alive! The NBA is gearing up for an extraordinary 2024 season. With these game-changing updates, what are you most excited about? Tuning into KD smoking some Mary Jane on live, or the brand new chance for glory in the mid-season tournament? Let us know in the comments. Star players like LeBron or Embiid missing out on MVP voting for the 65-game minimum will be pretty wild, but the new luxury tax restrictions will have a sneakily large impact on the super teams of the NBA. Thanks for tuning in to NBA Mecca. We've got your back with all things basketball, and we are always cooking up some content that you'll stick around for. Catch you next time.